a, what would we call it? I don't even know what to call it, but we're just gonna close out with this. I choose to share with a story, I'm guessing. So I choose to share this story because, it's a bit emotional for me, but I'm a gangster, so I can't cry. So I rather share it with my supporters. Um, this story, I've lost friends, I've lost family members from going behind my back trying to pry into my business. So I'm just, giving my supporters an understanding of where we're going with this and why I'm choosing to share this. So yeah. I don't know if you're new here or um, if you are an OG supporter. If you're an OG supporter, you do know that I was in business, but you probably don't know me before that. So before my business, I was in nursing school, and like right after my graduation, I had gotten the business opportunity for the salon. And the crazy part about it is, um, after graduation, there's a whole like paperwork process, and I was getting a hard time with that process due to the fact that a lot of the time, like when I would have to go um, to do, you know, do the process, I was having a lot of babysitter issues. There was even a point when I went with my child and was turned back. I had to do the whole scenario all over again. It was very sensitive for me, so my support system is not really a support system. So it's like, when you're already going through that type of stress, you're feeling down now because now I'm excited. We already went to graduation and everything. And now when it's time for me to get my paper, you need this paper in order to do your licensing. You understand? So it's like, yeah, okay, so I graduated, but I still can't get my license, right? Um, anyway, I ended up like writing the corporate office and everything because I felt attacked. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I felt attacked, and this was about 10 years ago. I've graduated school like 10 years ago. So um, I was really feeling attacked, and I just felt like, they're so insensitive, to me, because I'm like, my kid is here. Not saying that, you have to care about my child, but, the school was out of state, and I used to travel every single day to school. So I just want you to understand what's going on here. Every single day, I'm traveling out of state, getting home at the wee hours of the morning, um, having to pay to get to my clinicals because the clinical, like the practice, like you literally practice being a nurse, is out of state. And at the time of the practice, there's no bus that runs from where I am to there. So you have to carpool or whatever the case may be. So it's just, I'm like, I feel attacked. I'm doing everything you guys are asking of me. Um, and now when it's time to give me what it is that I'm here for, it's a problem. Anyway, feeling alone and not really knowing how to go about the situation, I even started looking into lawyers because, like, I can only speak for myself, but when you're feeling the feelings that I was feeling, I just felt like maybe the words that I'm trying to say are not coming out in the way that I would like it to come out, you know? So I'm feeling like, oh my God, like I just feel so pressured. I feel so like not knowing what to do. So anyway, as I said, I started to seek help from like lawyers because I'm like, I didn't want to go and um defend myself without knowing like the law. You understand what I'm saying? I felt like the runaround that I was being given, I felt like I didn't want to go in by myself and represent myself, and then it, like maybe I, however, like say it wrong or whatever the case may be, and then make the situation worse. So I was like, I need somebody that, I need a professional because, this is my life. Like, first of all, I have already paid my tuition. Um, I've gone through the school. The school has a high passing rate. I've passed all my classes. I've done everything that you guys have told me to do. And even like, you know, every single time that I come for this paper, it's a problem. I bring my child, you calling me out with my child. Like, it's just, it was, it was, it was just an experience. It was a real experience. And I feel like a lot of the backlash that I'm getting right now from friends and family is probably because they don't know the story, but it's not your business to know the story. So, there's a lot of lies and assumptions and stuff going on. Not, it's not my supporters' business, but I'm clarifying. So, anyway, I was never going to tell the story because it's not your business. If you're my friend or you're a loved one to me, what does it matter? You understand? So anyway, and I'm going to get to the point where everything happens for a reason. It's why I'm actually sharing this story, because at the time, frustration was an understatement. You understand? But now in the present, everything happens for a reason. Anyway, as I said, I was starting to look for legal help because I didn't want to represent myself alone now, because now we're in the corporate office and, we're just dealing with all these different heavy hitters who I haven't seen the whole time I was in school. So in their defense, they don't know me. These are the people behind the scenes, but they call the shots. But, this was probably even a learning lesson for them because you don't even know me. So right now, it's your staff's word against mine, or whatever your staff is telling you against me. And as the boss, you understand what I'm saying? So it's like you're being put between a rock and a hard place. Anyway, that happened, and because of that, I'm like, let me get legal help because these people have no clue who I am. I'm not even speaking to my teachers. Like, you get what I'm saying? So you sometimes in a situation like this, I feel like if you have an idea of who you're dealing with, you can kind of figure out like what's really going on behind the scenes, like what's going on, Anyway, started looking for legal help and everything. And I said, you know what? In the meantime, because then I even started to look for jobs and everything, but they, of course, want some sort of something, like they have to protect themselves, So I'm just like, you know what? In the meantime, I've always done like hair, and I always had the beauty world in my home. So I knew that I wanted to branch off in that as well. So I said, in the meantime, while I'm trying to figure this out, I'm gonna go get my feet wet in like a salon and things like that, right? So I ended up doing that. Of course, I didn't really have any clientele other than like maybe like my friends who, and nobody really. So I had to like hustle my way into having clientele and things like that. And I started to get a little buzz. I started to get clientele, and the person whose salon it was, one day I was working at the hospital as well too, and so that's why I was like, while I'm here at the hospital, but I was in an administrative role at the hospital, as a hospital / nursing home. And so I said, I don't really have clientele, so I'm at my job. I have my job, and then I can build myself up. One day I'm at work. The person who owned the salon, I received a message that they're looking for a partner. So I'm guessing, seeing me building myself and things like that. And I was even thinking to myself, like, once I built myself, I would go and either get my own little studio, which that was the plan from the beginning, was to get my own little studio and do my thing. But of course, at that moment, I couldn't do that. So I just said, I'm not going to wait, because if the school is giving me a problem, and then I'm not just going to jump out the window and go get a studio. Let me just build my name and do what I had to do. Of course, not stepping on anybody's toes while doing so. You understand? So, I received that message, and I actually responded to make sure that was the message, because I was fairly new in the place. There were other people there. But I guess, from coming from work and, looking a certain way, you would rather take the risk on someone else. Anyway, not taking anything from anybody. I'm just telling my story. So, I said, okay, let's meet about it, and we met about it. And, my grasp from the meeting, this person needs help. Clearly, they're looking for a partner. They clearly need help. Of course, the money that I'm about to hand over right now, I can go do my own thing. But sometimes in life, that's all you need, is a little help. You understand? So I got it done. Point blank, period. I got it done. That took over my life, because now I'm not only going there to hustle myself and build my name. Now I have the bills on my head, the rent on my head. I got everything on my freaking head right now. So it's just, so time consuming and dreary that you understand? So getting caught up in that and trying to make sure everything is good without having that much clientele, which I did end up building up a little clientele, a little buzz, but you're brand new, so you're not seeing the money, but it took a lot of my time, and I'm not complaining in the least bit, because I enjoyed myself doing it. But it took away from my process with my nursing school. It didn't take it away, because I always knew that I'm going to figure that out. You know what I'm saying? And the plan was to like get the salon off the ground and paying for itself, and not be a headache to me anymore, and deal with what I had to deal with. So anyway, I'm just telling this story because so many years have passed. I'm telling you, years, time waits on no man, you know. So anyway, for the past few years, I've been now in communication with my school again to figure that situation out. And I'm telling this story because through the whole process of that, I'm just sitting here with my fingers crossed because I'm like, now it's been so long, right? So when I got in touch with them, I was so elated to find out that it was the same person still in the position. So I'm like, woo, that just makes it easier because all you have to do is refresh the person's memory of who you are and like the situation. So, you're not having to, like, you get what I'm saying now. At the time, she has no clue who I am, or he had no clue who I am. So now they know who I am. So it's just a refresher of the situation. And where do we go from here? So, as I said, I just wanted to share this story with you guys because, it's going places. And as I said, I'm not going to cry about it. I'm just grateful. I'm grateful, and I just choose to share this story because I'm pretty sure I have classmates that want to know and everything. So yeah, I just wanted to share the story that, if something is passionate to you, and these people, as I said at the time, had no clue who I am. They don't really know what's going on. But if something is passionate to you and it's something that you believe in, and it's something that, you know what don't give up, because as I said, these are the head honchos, you know what I'm saying? So I can only imagine on their end as well how they feel. They probably feel stuck, but as I said, if it's your passion and it's something that it's what it is, don't give up. Fight your fight. And that's just that. I just really wanted to share that with you because I was just so happy. And as I said, like, everything happens for a reason, because maybe at that time fighting it, I wouldn't get the results that I'm getting right now. You understand what I'm saying? Who knows? And I mean, if it's something that I'm passionate about, yes, and maybe I would have gotten the same results, but I would have probably had to get lawyers involved and all types of stuff. And you don't really want to kind of have that, everything is like a family. If you're in corporate, it's a family. If you're in the hospital world, it's a family. If you're a pilot, it's a family. So word gets around, and you kind of don't want to have that negativity on you. That's another reason why I've tried to fight it on my own too. Even at the time, at the time, I looked for legal help only because I felt helpless. And now I'm fighting people who have no clue who I am. I have no clue who they are, and I just felt like it was unfair. So I said, when I started back this process, I said, I'm going to do it on my own. And, I'm happy that I did it that way, because I really didn't want to, I didn't want to do it through the courts, because I'm just like, this is not really even making any sense. Like, what is really the issue? I'm the most confused person about the situation, because, there isn't that much racism in the world. There shouldn't be that much racism in the world. It's just not making any sense. And I know if I take it to court, I'm going to win, because this is just not making any sense. But I don't want to have to do that. And gratefully, it's so funny because when I reached out, I started to even crack jokes because I wanted them to understand, that sometimes you have to be more present in the business, because, you get what I'm saying? Like, I wanted them to understand, like, you need to be a little bit more present in the business, because I feel like both of us all of us, administration and myself, were hurt. You get what I'm saying? Because you guys have no clue what's going on. So they know their strength. You know what I'm saying? They know that it's even if you want to go against what they're saying, you're more than likely gonna go their way, especially if they gang up. You get what I'm saying? So I just really wanted to share that, and because I'm so grateful. I'm just so grateful. I wanted to share that with my supporters, and I wanted to share it with my classmates because they know who I'm speaking about. But yeah, I just really wanted to share that, and never give up on whatever it is that, you know, because I honestly feel like when you're passionate about something, you're more likely to succeed in it. And some of us succeed easier than some, and it's okay. It doesn't, sometimes somebody who succeeds easier than you is not as worthy as you, but that's probably why, you know, they gave the hardest battle to you, you know, for a reason. And that's just that. So I just wanted to share that with you, and toodles.